perfect record in the group stage, 3 wins out of 3. How pleased are you with what you've seen from the team so far?
Yeah, good afternoon to everyone. Firstly, I'm happy. We obviously wanted to pick up where we left off from last year. It wasn't for us about starting new this year. It was about recognising a lot of the good work and a lot of the good stuff that certainly has been built and was on show last season, and taking a large part of that with us to this year. And now it's about a continuation of that, which will allow us to evolve and get better. And the three games we've had in the Durand Cup, we've tried a few different things. We've obviously had a chance to look at different players and different ways of doing certain things, and it's been a good start. But that's all it's been. So, very happy where we are at the moment, and very much looking forward to what's to come.
Thank you, Coach. Quick one for Akash as well to begin things. It's a new club. You've joined a new team this season. How has it been settling in with the teammates? I'm sure you know some of them already, but how has been the experience so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I know many of them actually from before. Some of them were my former teammates. Some of them I know from the national team. So it's kind of an easy transition for me, and it's like I've said before also that I feel home like here, and that's all.
Thank you, Akash. We'll come to Shayan. Shayan, you have a question?
My question is for Akash. Akash, you were involved in a bidding war between Mohun, Bagan and Mumbai. You chose Mumbai. What were your reasons behind that? If you can explain.
Not only me, I think everybody knows what Mumbai City have done in past years, and what Coach Desa have done with the Indian players. So one of the most important thing is the way they play, and the way of looking they want to play. And one of the biggest thing was that I want to improve myself also, and we have seen so many young players in Mumbai City becoming a star of Indian football. So one of the important thing for me was improvement of mind, and I think that's why I chose Mumbai City FC, and I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shayan. We'll come to Anirban from Republic.
Yeah, hi Coach.
Hi.
So you're currently playing in the Durand Cup. You'll also be playing in the ISL against Championship this season. So are you happy with the transfer business you have done so far, or there could be players coming in the next few days?
No, we've done a lot of our business, if you put it that way. We've done a lot of our work before the season finished last year, and we've only actually brought a couple of players in, Akash obviously being one of those. But the large part of our planning was to retain the core of our group from last year. We've done a lot of work over the 2 years that I've been here to just implement things and make sure that the platform is there for them to show what they can do, and I think they showed that numerous occasions last year on the field and on the TV. But we've made 7 re-signings from last year's squad as well, and not just sign them for this year, but with a view to this club being able to build for the future, both with young players but also good Indian players, and then obviously replacing the likes of Matada Fall and Jahul with Thierry and Joel, who have come in. So yes, I'm happy. I think, like you mentioned, the various competitions that we're in, there will be additional opportunities, I guess, for a lot of our squad. And when I look back at last year, it was the reason we were able to do what we did was largely down to our squad, not necessarily the 11 or 12 starting players. And that's going to be so important to us again this year, because yes, we're in the Durand Cup at the moment. We will have 6 Champions League games. 3 of those will involve pretty substantial international travel. And then you've got the ISL itself, which we're waiting for the fixtures on still. And then there's 3 international windows in September, October and November, where I'm sure we'll lose maybe 5 or 6 players to the national teams so they can plan and prepare for what's going to be an exciting Asian Cup. So it's going to be an exciting 4 or 5 months leading into Christmas and then beyond. But the recruitment that we've done, the early planning to it, and locking in again that consistent playing squad, I think is going to be very important, as well as the depth that we hopefully have.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you, Anirban. We'll come to Shekhar from the Sports Crave.
Yeah, hi, coach. Good afternoon.
Sorry.
My question is there any update on any injuries or any players feeling that the schedule is going to be rough in the future matches? Any cases for that?
Sorry, you broke up a bit. Was there any injuries? Was that the question?
Yes, injuries and any concerns in terms of the squad right now?
No, we've got everybody, happy to say, we've got everybody fully fit and fully training. We had a session last night where I think for the first time since pre-season we had 28 players fully training. So we're in a, we've had a plan since we arrived back in Thailand. We've made some changes. We've given certain players opportunities to play in front of others to see what they can do, and we're using these games to try and prepare our players both for the start of the season, but also to get us back to where we need to be to compete ISL and also Champions League. So no injury concerns at all going into the game for tomorrow. I'm very happy with where the players are currently sitting.
Perfect. Good luck, coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shekhar. We come to Achinto from Beyond Sports.
Coach, hi coach. Coach, Mumbai City does possess a great record against Mohun Bagan. So do you think this is an extra pressure or confidence booster again before tomorrow's match?
It's not something I look at, to be honest with you. I think what's happened is in the past. We will just do everything that we always do, preparing both for Bagan Super Giants and any other team that we come up against, which is to try and prepare our players as well as we can for them to be able to go out and perform as well as they can. And we were able to demonstrate last year that if we did that, we'd put ourselves in the strongest position to hopefully come away with a result. But we know that's not always the case in football, but we've got as much control of stuff that we have, and we'll try and do as much as we can to prepare both our club, our players, to perform. Whether it's against Mohun Bagan Super Giants or it's against any other team we play.
Thank you, coach.
Thanks.
Thank you, Achinto. Ratan from News 18.
Hi, coach. My question is again to you. The quarterfinal against Mohun Bagan will be the hardest test for you yet in the tournament, with many terming it as the final before the final. Your take on this and how you are preparing against the new signings that Mohun Bagan have made?
Yeah, I think every game we play is a challenge. You look at not just Mohun Bagan Super Giants, you look at the teams, and certainly the recruitment is shaping up to be a very exciting season. So I expect this question to come up probably in every press conference as the season progresses. It's going to be a different challenge. They've obviously recruited the players that they have to allow them to play the football that they want to play this year, and we'll see how that goes. They've done well to qualify now into the AFC group stage, which I think again is great for Indian football because it gives us another berth in that space. But we won't look too much at what they've done. We'll obviously try and prepare for what we think we may face, but a lot of the time and attention and focus for us is always on what we want to do and how we want to do it.
Thanks, Ratan. Shayan, you had a follow-up question for Coach.
Yeah, hi Des. Considering in the Durand Cup you can play only 4 foreigners in the playing 11. So, what would be the foreign composition of your team? Would you go with your tried and tested foreigners from last season, or would you give time for your new Dutch video and team at the back?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. I can see tomorrow. No, it is good. I mean, we've got all 6 foreigners that are fit. They've all played, with the exception of Thierry, who is now fit and able for selection for tomorrow. They're all fit and available, and it's great because it gives us that flexibility to do different things. And whether it's the Durand Cup where you can only play 4, or the Champions League where you can play all 6 if you want, it's something that is going to be very important to us. I stressed earlier around the importance of our squad and how we manage the squad and how important each player is going to be to us. So when you do have the opportunity to either play 4 or 6 or to change within the game, that was very important to us last year, and it will be very important to us firstly tomorrow, and I'm sure as the season progresses.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sharon. Just a reminder, if anybody has any questions for Coach or Akash, please put your names in the chat box. Akash, just a question for you. Like Coach addressed this, you'll be playing against some of your international teammates, Indian national team teammates in the Mohun Bagan lineup. They've made some valuable additions even in the domestic department. How, as a player, will you approach playing against a talented Indian bunch in the Mohun Bagan squad?
I think it's nice to play against them, but like coach said, the most important thing is we have to focus on ourselves and how we want to play. I think that is the most important thing. So we are trying to put the more focus on ourselves, not on the opposition. So we'll try to play our style of football and we'll try to do the things which coach wants on the ground. And we'll try to be positive. That's all.
Thanks, Akash. Seems that there's no further questions. In that case, we'll close this press conference. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Akash.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.